Yo, what's up guys, Megapel here, and I'm back bringing another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle for you guys today, again in the OU tier, and today I'm against GamingHub, and this is a pretty fun, very controversial battle we actually had. And looking at the team preview, I'm running this balanced Mega Sceptile team. Looking at my opponent, he's running a whole bunch of threats, a very high propensity team built around a big threat Mega Lopunny. So like I said, Mega Lopunny is quite a huge threat to my team. So nonetheless, like I did mention, this is quite controversial, but still very fun and worth uploading. So let's just get straight on into the battle, shall we? So I'm going to decide to lead off with Azumarill, because looking at his potential leads, Azumarill does have a great matchup versus 3 out of 4 of his potential leads, those being Landorus, Talonflame, Mega Lopunny, and his Greninja, which is the only one that can knock me out if he is running the 40 attack EVs. So looking at it, he actually decides to lead off with his Landorus. Right after the bat, he has nothing that wants to take a player off, despite being at -1, and I know he's going to fear a waterfall here, so he's going to go out into his own Azumarill. Look at his player off, -1 does 50%, so I do know a secondary one will kill, but unfortunately I missed. This miss turn 2 is huge, as he fires off a banded player off of his own, and that does a whole lot to my Azumarill. My Azumarill was one of the few mons ever on my team which can actually take a hit and retaliate back and take out his Mega Lopunny. So that is huge, crucial miss early on, so like I said, this game is rather controversial. He can go back out into his Landorus now. I am going to preserve my Azumarill later, because I can potentially fire off a banded Aqua Jet, or use this thing for Death Fodder. So I'm just going to decide to go out into my Skarmory now, as I believe it actually goes for Earthquake. I was actually expecting him to go for the U-turn nonetheless. But this is fine for me, so I expect him to switch, knowing full well he is most likely Scarf for the way he led out with it. I'm actually going to pull a double, go out into my Latias. I actually expect him to Greninja, but he decides to go out into his Talonflame, which is fine, because I do know I can live any hit. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for a U-turn. So even if this thing is banded, I can actually hit, but unfortunately scores a crit. And I have actually done the calc, and the calc is on the screen right now, just to prove that I can actually live that. And basically, he would have lost a Pokemon. He had nothing to switch into a Life Orb Draco Meteor. Now his Azumarill gone, so I'm down pretty early after this hacks. And this is really going to cost me. I'm basically playing catch up. He's going to go out into his huge threat now, his Mega Lopunny. So I'm going to decide to go out into my Talonflame, which is one of my win conditions actually. And I need to keep Talonflame around just to check his Mega Lopunny. So right after that, he's just going to Mega Evolve, go straight for that return. That Fake Out. That Fake Out's going to do a decent chunk actually, considering. I'm actually running a little bit of bulk in my Talonflame, because I'm actually an SD Talonflame, so expecting the switch. I'm actually going to go for an SD now, and I'm going to hope and pray that I can actually take this Landorus out. I believe at +1, Short Beak, a Jolly, Brave Bird, against a Scarf Landorus T, I'm pretty sure I need a high roll in order to take it out, but where my luck's going, I'm not confident I'm actually going to get it, so I'm going to go straight for that Brave Bird, hoping to take out this Landorus, but as you can see, it does survive, so I actually get a middle-ish roll. Quite an average roll, and I don't quite get the high roll I need in order to take this thing out, and he's going to be able to retaliate back and take me out with a knockoff, which is unfortunate, as like I did say, my Talonflame was one of my win conditions. So now I'm going to go out into my Sceptile, knowing full well I was locked into the knockoff. Uses time to freely Mega Evolve, is actually just going to decide to fodder off his Landorus now, which is fine. But actually looking at his knockoff damage, this knockoff did way more than I was actually expecting. As you can see, it nearly did 50% to my Mega Sceptile, which is a little annoying, but at the same time I can just pick him off now with a Dual Chop, because I'm running a mixed variant of a Mega Sceptile. So out comes his Talonflame now, just to easily be able to pick me off with a Brave Bird. So I'm going to decide to switch. As opposed to going out into my Heatran, which is my main check for Talonflame on this team, I'm actually going to decide to go ahead and sack Azumarill, because I was actually expecting him to go for the U-turn. I didn't want to take unnecessary U-turn damage on my Heatran, and then before to sack my Azumarill to his Lopunny the following turn, but actually go straight for a Flare Blitz. Very risky plays. I could have potentially gone for a dual chop and got a decent bit of chunk off on this Mega Talonflame with my Mega Sceptile, plus with the recoil damage. So that's very risky. It did tell me he's actually predicting my Skarmory. But either I'm going to go out to my Heatran now and use his time to set up my rocks, because I do need my rocks up for the likes of his Talonflame, of course his Dragonite, which multi-scale is still intact. And the way he brought it in, definitely revealing that he's actually running the Earthquake. So I'm going to make the switch run out into my Skarmory right now. And here reveals the Dragon Dance. So I do know he's actually not running Fire Punch, because he has already revealed the Earthquake. So I do know I need to keep my Skarmory around if I'm in order to actually wall this here Dragonite. So I do just go for Whirlwind. Quite unfortunate that I actually Whirlwind him out into a Greninja, but there's nothing I can do about that, as I don't actually predict. I can't actually decide what he actually goes into. And I have absolutely no switch-ins, as I need my Mega Sceptile to be able to take a hit. Fire off hit versus Mega Lopunny and his Greninja. I need my Skarmory to be able to wall his Dragonite, and I need my Heatran to be able to check his Talonflame. So I have no switch-ins for this thing, so I decided just to take a hit and actually fodder off my Skarmory and hope I can actually take out his Dragonite with a Dual Chop. So he's going to be able to take me out. with a combination of an Ice Beam and Scald, which is quite unusual to say the least, but it works out well for him, and yeah, be able to take out my Skarmory. I'm just going to get a free switch into my Mega Sceptile now. Like I said, I'm down to my last 2, and I can just pick this thing off with a Dual Chop, and down goes a Greninja, and it basically comes down to whether I can live in E-Speed if he's running it, and I can actually take it out with a Dual Chop. So take out a Dragonite with a Dual Chop after the Stealth Rocks, which will break his Multiscale. So I'm hoping and praying I can actually take it out. So that's exactly what I'm going to go for. Is it doesn't actually go for the E-Speed. Not too sure if he's not running it, or if actually, I believe he actually predicted my Heatran switch, and I go straight for the Dual Chop. And as you can see, it survives with a smidgen of HP, and he's going to be able to take him out with an Earthquake, as he actually is a weakness policy Dragonite, which is going to clinch the game for him, as that's going to be more than enough to take me out now. As he did go for the Earthquake, most likely predicting my Heatran. So I'm down to my last, my Heatran, and like we have already established, is packing the Earthquake. This is a +1, is going to ease us to take out my Heatran now. So very good game nonetheless. A lot of hacks occurred, which I mean I cannot help, to be perfectly honest, but it's still fun. I feel as though if I didn't have the hacks, I would have been in a greater position. The game would have been completely different, and nonetheless I still had a lot of fun in this battle, so I hope you guys did too. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.